Hello episodes, this is my new project Suzuki Max $100 revamp, and these are all the chapters which I've categorized for this iteration project. And now we are in chapter 13, engine assembly. In that we are in part 2. In this we are going to assemble the center LH and RH casing. Inside that crank assembly, gear assembly and kicker assembly will be there. And these are the two washers, it can't be installed in either ways. And so you have to properly seat in its place. And this is the ratchet mechanism which allows the gear to move in one direction. Inside this we have placed a spring, and next comes the push rod or something, whatever you name you can keep it. And this is the one which locks inside the ratchet and makes the gear to move in one direction. And after this we have to put the normal washer and then the spring washer, and it gives a compression for this. And then we have to insert it by pressing the mechanism which locks in, and we have to properly seat it. And this makes a kicker assembly to move in one direction. And then at the other end we have to put the plain washer. And after this a single assembly is ready. And this is a crankshaft, and here a key cut is there. This slot will come at the RH side of the casing, so we have already installed the bearing, so we can simply seat it. And no need to tap or hammer it, because the bearing is designed in such a way. And then this mechanism has to lock at the place, you can see there it has to lock. And if not, you can rotate in clockwise direction so that it will be in proper seating. And after this there are two methods to assemble the gear assembly. One is like we have already done every assembly previously, and we can put it directly in the place. But in this case the gear, the thrust washer and other idle gear may fall, so I won't recommend this method. And we have to seat the entire gear properly. And the second method is a little different. We have to take this plain washer first and then the idle gear, and then these two washers which are packed inside the thrust bearing. These all are assembly, and in addition to that washer will come, and that has to be at the top. And finally make sure all the gears are engaged in proper place, and we have to install this entire gear set assembly. And if it is find any difficulty, just rotate it and you can make it seat properly. To make ensure, we have to check each gears that they are in proper position. If it is engaged, make the gear to neutral position. And after doing this, we can move to the next thing, that is the dowel pin. And this is for a guide for locking the other part of the center casing, and also it can be used for packing kit. And if it is like protruding, just hammer it. And this is a breather tube, like this is an empty chamber which is used to used for heat conduction. And inside it the gearbox and the gear oil gets heated, so that for transferring these breather tubes are used. And this is a screw kit. We have already seen this thing in unboxing in chapter 11, I think. And these are all these things. Please categorize it according to the type. And after this you can find this arrangement. And for the center casing we will be installing at the down part, that is 6 3 1 plus 1 plus and other things. We can see how to install these screws. And the 6 same type screws will be coming at the these areas, 2 at the top, 1 at the right hand side, and 2 at the LH side inside. These are all common type, same type screws, six numbers, and other than that 3 numbers of same type. And this is for the these two parts near the gear lever, and one at the top. And then the shortest is for the left hand side near the magneto, and the longest one is the at the tip of the casing. And if you see everything, it looks evenly seated, and this is the arrangement. And if you have any doubt, you can keep it like this. And this is the like anabond 666 bond, and it is not required, but I'm using this for proper seating of the packing kit. And some may apply grease or some other things, but I will use this one. And it would act as a sticky substance, so the packing kit won't fall or misalign. And after applying this evenly, and you can take the packing kit and you can assemble the entire center casing. And there are dowel pins, you can use it as a guide so that it won't move anywhere. And due to the stickiness, you can tap all around the corners, it would seat properly. And then you can move to the other casing, that is the LH casing of the centerpiece. Now take the center casing and slowly install these things. After installing this, there shouldn't be any gap, so this will be engaging with the bearing here. So tap around the bearing seating areas and then all around the corners. And then we have already seen 6 same type screws that will be coming, 3 here, 2 at the top, and 1 at the this and the oil screw, oil pump, and through 3 common types, 2 at the bottom and 1 at the top of the magneto, and 1 small screw and 1 long screw. And after this, tighten it with a normal screwdriver. If you want, you can use the impact tool also directly, and tighten it like in a crisscross pattern, like a star pattern. And don't tie it fully, we have to just hand tighten it in a crisscross pattern. After that, we have to hammer it with the impact tool. Normal screwdriver won't work here, and make sure any gap is there or not. If it is there, just tap again and then seat it properly, and make sure everything is rotating properly, or it is like too hard, you can take the casing and you can reinstall it. And one more thing, here the carburetor wiring, carburetor tubes will come, so I missed the bracket. And in some cases I have seen to the next place, and some cases they have installed it here. You can put wherever you want, and I am installing it here. And then after this, hammer it with the impactor screwdriver, and you can cut the excess part near the cylinder seating area. And here, you instead of using a scissor, you can use a sharp blade. I don't have, so I'm using it. And these are the packing kit for the magneto side casing. And this will be mainly seated at the corners, so tap all around the corners, and it should be flat to the casing. Then the small one, this is where the clutch lever rod will come, and this is like oil gear shaft will be coming inside the bearing, and here the gear pedal will be coming. And this is all at the top is also the gear shaft, 2 shafts, one at the top and one at the bottom. Here it is driven by this sprocket, so we can install the oil seal to the sprocket assembly also. And one more thing, inside this a special rubber washer will come, It is like o-ring, but it is not available in the market right now. I've tried a lot, but this is risky actually. It is like if you don't use it, it is 50-50 chances. It may leak, or sometimes it won't leak. Oil bleeding may happen, and this is the main thing which I have to say. Most of the mechanics don't know about this, and I missed it here. So I'm planning to put this with 666 anabond, which we saw for installing the center casing, and I planning to put the bond inside it, and I have to engage the collar, space collar, and I have to stop the leaking if it happens. And keep it in mind while buying things. And that is for the indicator line. And when the gear is in neutral, it indicates by transmitting the power. And there is a notch for this selector, and we have to install these screws, and these screws are not available with the screw kit. And then the packing, and this has to be like installed in a particular direction, like at the left it has to be like a small space, and one is like a long space. Take a little amount of 666 bond and tap all around the corners. This is just this is a thing which I usually do, so I'm making this. And if you want, you can do, or else you can just put the packing kit. And after this, this is the cover for the gear indicator, that is a neutral light. And put back all the screws. It comes with the washer, totally 3 screws, and these are all like plastic parts, so just an hand tight, normal tight is enough. Don't over tighten it or it may crack. And after this, we can install the magneto part. Then this is the pickup coil, and that is for the rubber, is for the seating. And after positioning this, we can connect the indicator neutral light, you can see there. And for this magneto, it comes with 3 screws. And take the 3 screws and install it all around the corners. And here you can find a notch. I don't know this is required or not, but I'm installing this in a factory setting way. Here you can see a guide is given, like a timing. I have positioned this while removing it, it was like in that case, so I'm keeping this in same place and I'm tightening it. And after tightening, we can connect the neutral light. Like what happens is when the gear attains this position, it conducts electricity, and the circuit is closed, and then the indicator light starts glowing. And in some cases, you could have seen like in which gear a vehicle is. In that case, 5 selectors will come, like a single selector, but 5 connections will come, that will indicate the position of the gear. And this is a drain nut for gearbox oil. And this like comes with 13 12 and other things. And the main thing here is the surface area has to be seated properly. And don't forget to install the aluminum washer, that acts as a sealant, so don't forget it to install the uh, aluminum washer. And here this is a magneto, and for this you need a 12 mm spanner. There is a cut, you can see it will sit in that direction alone, so we can seat it properly. And for this we have to tighten it with 14 mm spanner. and this is a special tool called Y stopper, and we have to put the stopper in that two socket area where it is given, and you have to tighten it with the 14 mm spanner. I have a doubt here, it is 12 or 14 mm spanner, and then this is called as the bearing stopper. And these two screws are already available. These are like countersink screws, the shortest screws in this screw kit. And this is the one I said, the clutch bearing, which is not available in the market right now. And this is the one I put an order online, and they canceled the order, and I couldn't buy that in local areas anywhere. And after this is a gear selector lock, and these are all not necessary, but I'm just showing you that these components are present in the bike, so you could get a clarity on it. And then this is on gear shifter. It comes with a 210 mm bolt. And after this, the gear selectors and the gear lever and other things will come, and kicker spring, and then we have to install the clutch assembly and the crank gear and many things. And this is like this is called as a cam stopper, and it has a spring. Like you have to hand tighten it, and don't tighten it to the end. In between that we have to mount this spring in its place. Then only we can bend this, and you can install the spring properly. This then we can bend and move to the gear selector. Then we can install it with 12 mm spanner. After this, this is the gear selector, and for this spring you can find this flat area. Flat area can sits in the flat surface, and the other bend is for the other one. And that space will be locking in the one which we already installed. Before setting this, you have to press and lock the gear selector, which is in the top part, which is engaged with the gear shafts. After putting that selectors in its place, we can just give a tap so that it will seat properly. And this is how the selector works. When you put the gears, it starts shifting, and it changes the gear ratio. And this is called the kicker stud. It is you have to lock it with 10 mm spanner, and then we can install the kicker assembly spring. And this is a spring, there is a hole given provision, and that has to come and lock there, and this has to go inside, and it should maintain a proper spacing. And these have like a flat area and a round area. Flat area has to come inside, and that is a thing we have to keep in mind. And then you can pull back the spring and put it in its place. And this is the crank gear, which drives the clutch assembly and the gear assembly. And this is a collar which can be placed in either direction, and this is a guide key. Put that in the groove, and then we can put the gear and the lock mechanism. and seat it properly so that you can install the gear with the guide. And after tapping, we can you can see a little amount is protruding outside. In that, this washer has to lock. And after installing this, put the nut in its place. And in some cases I have seen with 22 mm spanner, and some cases I have seen with 23 mm spanner. I'm not sure, but both works. And after tightening this, at the other end you have to hold the entire assembly with Y stopper in the magneto side, and you have to tighten it with the required spanner at the shaft gear side. And after tightening it, bend the washer to the nut so that it won't fall or it won't loose. And thank you for this video, and see you in another video.